Hello, everyone. It's Dan Toner, the health insurance agent for Tesa Manpower, ATS, and all companies related. You guys know me every year. Due to COVID this year, we're going to be doing a local meeting on Friday, but I know some of you are out on the road, so some of this is going to be virtual. And if you can make this week's meeting, that's great. But this is a recording for you to use and review on your own. And also for any new employees during the year, welcome to Tesa, and this is their benefit package. So on the screen, I'm going to share some stuff about the September 1 renewal of every year and the products that we're doing. So I'm just going to turn off my camera. So what you're seeing is the health insurance memo that we hand out. On September 1, we're offering the following coverages. We're going to renew our plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield of New Jersey, Horizon. We're going to offer 3 different plans. We are remaining with Delta Dental. There is no increase in premiums from 2019 to 20, so that's great news. We're offering a new vision plan from Horizon. They happen to use the Davis Vision network of providers, but it's through Horizon. And we're maintaining our group term life in AD&D with Unum and our group long-term disability. As you guys know, we use a website called Bernie Portal. BerniePortal.com is where you'll log in. Mark will give you if you're a new employee, Mark will get you a login. You'll get an email welcoming you. You'll click on it, register, put your information, and then your benefit package will show up. For those of you that are on the existing plan, you can just go right back into BerniePortal.com. If you forgot your password, there's a little button that says Forget Password. The site will send you an email, reset your password. It'll welcome you back into your benefit package. As a summary of the 3 different plans, the plan 1 is the lowest plan. It's called the EPO Bronze. It is low because you have a high deductible, $3,000 deductible for single and $6,000 for those with dependents. You do have 100% coverage for your well visits. That's with all health plans, but everything else is subject to a deductible. So your premium is low because you owe a deductible for things like office visits and drugs and hospital and surgery. So we're going to continue to offer that this year. The second plan is where pretty much everyone is enrolled from 2019. We are renewing the Omnia plan. And there's a third plan called the Omnia with Blue Card. I'm going to pull up on my screen sort of a summary to help you guys with the benefits. So this is the current plan, the Omnia Silver. We are renewing the Omnia Silver, and I'm going to go over a couple of changes that they've made. This is the Bronze plan that should be listed as option 1 on our portal. The renewal plan, Omnia Silver, will be listed as option 2. And then option 3 will be the Silver with Blue Card. Blue Card means you can go to providers out of state. And we're going to go over that in a second. So if you go to the current Omnia plan, you'll notice that there's a couple of subtle changes I just want to talk about. The Omnia plan, if you're new to it, there's 2 levels of coverage, Tier 1 versus Tier 2. On the horizonblue.com website, when you find a provider and you click Omnia as the network, it's going to tell you that some of your doctors are Tier 1 and some are Tier 2. You have 2 levels of coverage. You're highly incentivized to use Tier 1 providers. Case in point, if you go to a primary care physician copay, you'll pay a $35 copay if it's a Tier 1 provider versus a $2,500 deductible and 50% for a Tier 2. So there's clearly an incentive with all the coverages to try and drive you to Tier 1. There are a lot of Tier 1 hospitals, doctors, facilities, etc., and that's why we think it's a good option. So $30 copay is changing to $35 on September 1's renewal. The specialist copay is bumped up $10 from $50 to $60. A couple of other changes on the pharmacy. You have a $15 copay for generic that is bumped to $20. And you have a $200 name brand deductible that is bumped to $250. So those are the changes. In general, for those new to the plan or just as a reminder, you pay a doctor copay, a specialist copay, a pharmacy copay. You pay nothing for lab or x-rays when you use Tier 1. The rest of the charges, sort of the higher costing claims like hospital and surgery bills, you're going to owe a deductible of $1,250. Once that deductible is met, you're going to owe a copay if you stay in the tier 1 family. So once I meet my $1,250 deductible and I have outpatient surgery, I only owe $250. AD means after the deductible. I only owe $100 to go to the emergency room after I met my deductible. I owe $500 per day after I meet my deductible. After the 5th day, I don't even owe the $500 per day anymore. If I go to exclusively to tier 2, where I'm going to owe $2,500, a separate deductible, and then 50% of the bill. So basically, the plan is trying to drive you to tier 1. So that's very similar to last year's plan. There's just a couple of changes in the copay. The rates went up, by the way, about 10 to 11%, and that's kind of why we shopped it. We tried to consider another carrier. It didn't work for us. Horizon is our best carrier by far for 2020 going into 2021 in terms of premium and benefit. Now, the bronze plan, remember, when you click on that, you're going to have a lower premium because you have the $3,000 deductible if you're a single, or $6,000 if you have family members. Then you owe these copays AD after the deductible. All these copays are after you satisfy the upfront 3 or 6 deductible. That's why your premium is low. For those that are out of state, there's something called the Blue Card. So this last plan, called the Omnia Silver with Blue Card, is going to basically say that, hey, if you go to Blue Cross doctors in other states, example, Pennsylvania, you would use the Independence Blue Cross doctors. If you're in New York, you would see Empire Blue Cross doctors. Those are called tier 2 benefits, and you'll notice that this plan design is giving you a better tier 2 office visit, and it's giving you a better tier 2 specialist copay. And the reason that is because they know you're out of state. Back on the regular plan, if you're in Jersey and on a regular Omnia, you owe a $2,500 deductible and 50%, and you can't go out of state. Here you can go out of state and you'll pay the copays to go to the doctor. Now they're going to give you a $2,250 deductible for things like hospital and surgery, and then 45% coinsurance, but you're still guaranteed to owe $8,150. For those just watching the screen, this maximum out of pocket, MOOP, means whenever you have a deductible or a copay, they put it into a bucket, and when your costs hit the maximum out of pocket, you owe $0 for the rest of the year, and then it resets every January 1. The beauty about the current plan is the plan is so rich, you don't come anywhere near the $8,150. If you're on the plans where you owe 45% or 50% after the deductible, you could hit the out-of-pocket faster. Okay, so that's sort of a summary of the plans that we're offering. If no one picks the bronze or the silver on September's renewal, those plans are out, and then we can add them back. So if you're a new employee during the year and no one's picked it, you may just have to pick the silver plan unless you're out of state. In this case, in each September, we'll try to offer as many plans as possible. Okay, so back to the memo. The dental plan, just take a peek. Same plan, Delta Dental, Premier Network is the largest network. Take a peek at some of the maximums we get. You're getting a $3,000 benefit if you're using their PPO providers, or $2,500 if you're using their Premier Network. There's a benefit summary on Bernie Portal that tells you how often you can go for your preventative care. That's paid at 100% from Delta. If you go for your basic, like fillings, it's 80-20. They pay 80%. The carrier pays 80, you pay 20%. On the major services, the carrier pays 50, you pay 50. And again, if you look at the top, you're getting a $2,500 maximum benefit for every person covered in your family if you're using the Premier Network. If you're using their PPO network, you're getting an extra $500. So again, a little incentive to try to use a slightly smaller network called the PPO. But even if you just use their exclusive largest network called Premier, this $2,500 was better than any maximum we had with any other carrier. Okay. Rounding out the coverages we're offering the Blue Cross, again, using the Horizon Network, the Panorama 4B plan. When you go for an exam every year, You can get lenses every year, and you can get frames every 2 years. You pay a copay, for example, $10 for an eye exam. You pay $25 for your lenses. And in terms of hardware like frames, you're going to get anywhere from $130 to $180 cash plus a 20% discount. So when you look back at your premiums, you'll realize that probably the office visit itself pays for the premium. So in other words, when you pay $10, you may be saving $60, $70 a year at an office visit. Right off the bat, that's probably what your premium costs on an annual basis for a single. So vision is a great way to offset the cost of office visits, lenses, frames, contacts, etc., for a very inexpensive premium. So I would heavily consider it. Horizon needs as little as one Tesa employee to make the plan happen. So we're hoping we have that enrollment. Finishing off the memo, again, when you enroll through the portal, you'll see Unum. Everyone will pay a couple of dollars a month for a $25,000 life insurance. So that means that's on you. You would sign the portal to tell us who your beneficiary is. So it's just for employees. The long-term disability, by the way, is from Unum. It gives you 60% of your income to a maximum of $6,000 in case you're disabled for more than 90 days. Or at the start of 90 days, it kicks in, I should say. That is at no cost to you. So Tesa is paying for the long-term disability. Tesa also has a pretty decent contribution towards your medical plan. So understand when you log in, you'll actually see Tesa's contribution versus yours. The last part is how to enroll. Go to Bernie Portal. And this is me at the bottom, Dan Toner, and how to contact me. So I wish everyone well during this season. I hope everybody's healthy. Thank you so much for paying attention to this. And if you could quickly go online and make your elections, we'd like the next Friday to be the end of open enrollment for new hires. You're coming in, and the memo does mention that there's a waiting period for new hires. Just want to share this part of my screen again. After 30 days, if you're a new hire, you're eligible to enroll. So you'll probably get your link within the second or third week of employment, and then click on the link to register, and my staff will take your application and send it to each of the carriers. Have a great day.